start changing this, if you change it for this guy, then everybody else that comes down, you know, we can't have all these individuals. The change in this deal is, which is a good deal, is we went to lots.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, that doesn't.
Well, you're gonna get the money.
Right, we're gonna get the money, but that's a pretty finite spot on this airport for corporate. I mean, and if we go smaller, if we start making it smaller, we're probably shooting ourselves in the foot in the long run.
Well, that's why I wouldn't go less than 60 by 60. But I don't know, I wasn't in on the early discussion.
Yeah, and 60 by 60, and it's like Justin said, you know, you get somebody trying to stick a 49 feet of wing inside of a 50-foot hangar. Anybody that's got an airplane that's got 49 feet of wing.
Well, they can afford the 75 by 75.
Yeah, they're gonna know better than that.
But you've got a lot of other people that's got twins, small twin that would, 75 by 75 is really overkill for them.
That's true. And there's
no, well, the other point is, there's no place else on the airport that you can build a 60 by 60.
Or a 50 by 50, that matter. And that's why we were thinking,
Yeah.
if we say, look, we have no spots for a 50 by 50, but if you bump up to a 60 by 60, you can get into these spots. And with that, we're getting people on the airport who want to be on the airport, and we're also, leasing lots, which is the big thing. And my worry, and this is the reason why I wanted to bring it to you, is that I felt that it needed to be the board's decision to know that, you know, there have been individuals wanting hangars, but no one's wanting so far to get up to the 75 by 75, but we have had interest in a little bit less. And I thought possibly we could bring up the 50 by 50 guys into the 60 by 60 market, and you could lease lots.
I not knowing any more than I know about it, I like Dick's idea. If we start shortening this down, was that really the intent of that area initially? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
We see that on some of our stuff too, and before long, you've got a project that isn't what you thought you had, you know? I don't know, you all would know that more than I do, but is that really that hard a requirement to meet for 75 feet? I don't know.
Well, it's the individual that's building it.
But
and
if
if
we
it's just
change that, you know, I don't know,
if it's a company that's coming in here, 75 by 75, I don't think would be a problem. But you've got more than a number of people that would go with 60 by 60s. But I'm open to it either way. I would not go less than 60 by 60 for sure.
Well, and we can keep it at 75 by 70, and if, you know, in 6 months to a year, we're still having the same issues, we can always come back and revisit the idea.
yeah, I mean, you could always look at it again.
Yeah.
I don't know, you all know better than I do.
Absolutely. Well, and I think you're absolutely right. I don't want to hurt the airport and look back 10 years and say, I wish we would have done it, you know.
Well, this is where the money for the airport comes from, is that area. You know, we've got a lot of individuals, but once you start getting companies moving in here and bringing planes, and that's kind of a revenue generator. That's
Absolutely.
a revenue source.
For the communities as well, you know.
So I think that we went round and round on that, and I think the bottom line was is that, you know, we decided on these because there will be companies coming in, and they're not necessarily going to want to be next to a 310.
No, well, I agree.
They want access to that runway, and so you just kind of have to give it to them. Bottom line, I think what we need to do is probably market that a little heavier than we have. We really haven't gotten that out the way it should, because the corporate guys we're not, as you say, they're not lining up at the front door.
Yeah.
We need to get those guys up. We need to get those guys out here and make sure they understand what we got. But as far as, you know, and that's just my experience on how it was put together was the bottom line was that we segregated that spot on the airport for corporate growth. And when the corporate growth does come, that's where all the money on the airport will be made, because those are the guys that come with the big bucks.
Well, it is an action item, so Y'all want to maybe look at it in a year?
Yeah, you can do that any
Sure,
year.
you can do that.
Easily, you know.
I move that we leave it the way it is now and revisit it in 12 months and see what actions happened in that period of time.
I second that.
Okay.
And then, if you could just put in the minutes, a map of the airport with the sort of the general dimensions of what we're talking about. I'm not real clear on the dimensions.
I can email that to you if you'd like.
Yeah.
There's got a lot of- we got a lot of that.
Absolutely.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item number 10, discussion and consideration of the March 10th Airport Advisory Board meeting. What,
I will be out of the office that week. Basically, we have our Oklahoma Airport Operators Association conference, and it's combined with the American Association of Airport Executives for the South Central chapter, as everyone's meeting in Tulsa for that. And so I will not be in the area, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to decide what you wanted to do with the meeting, if you wanted to cancel it, and if we have something that comes up, we can hold a special meeting. If we get someone who wants to build a hangar, we can have that special meeting. But just wanted to let you know that I would not be able to be there.
So, we're talking about cancellation of that meeting.
yeah.
Motion, is that what you need?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we cancel the March 10th meeting and resume in April unless called for a special.
Okay. Got a second?
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Looks like the ayes have got it. Comments from the board? Karen, you got any comments?
Nothing really, nothing major I can think of. I think all the questions I have answered tonight, so I'm glad to be here.
Okay. How about you, Roger?
No, I'm just glad I wasn't flying that night. I would have figured out something.
Kind of like what happened in Georgia?
I follow the rules, and I'm sure would have had a half an hour worth of gas to look for something.
Sure.
No comments, looking forward to warm weather.
Okay. Dick,
I was
you,
thinking, you know, it's, when you get here and their lights aren't on, but when you get about halfway down, about 300 feet, and they go on, that's usually when it gets
they
exciting.
gotta fail sometime.
Then you're doing this, you know.
Giving it full throttle.
Well, that's why some of us are in small planes, and there's about 3 times the distance to land that we really need.
That helps a lot.
Float her on down.
We had a really good splash on Channel 9 on the A-10 Warthog sitting over here. Did everybody see that?
That was a good piece.
It was,
Yeah, I did.
On the weather?
on the weather.
Yeah, oh, I thought that was great.
It was a good deal.
Yeah.
So we did get a little bit out of that. We kind of got our butt kicked on that the article on the Civil Air Patrol over at Sundance.
I did.
Oh,
5 years ago, they were over here just screaming to let us set them up, and we didn't. So they found a home over there, and their operations now for most of their missions are,
Sundance?
they have a hangar.
Okay. I
They've been
wasn't-
set up and given that deal, so we got screwed on that, so.
Yeah, Sundance is giving away hangers.
Oh, I know, I mean, they're
Our-
serious.
One of our EAA,
yes, they're serious competition.
one of our EAA chapters, they gave us a hanger.
They just give it to you?
Yep.
I've heard that about some other stuff going on over there, so. Anyway, we do have some, we've got some competition on, we need to get as much publicity as we can. This
You know, maybe
TV
that's
stuff was good, and
Or somebody else's step.
kind of just go back in and see what we can do about staying in the public eye. type of thing. Other than that, that's all I've got, thanks.
There was another article, and I'll get with y'all in just a minute, in what was it the Sunday paper about the young Eagles? Did y'all see that?
Yes.
David Ames, he's young Eagle coordinator for the Shawnee chapter.
Was he out of Shawnee? Is that- I was thinking of.
No, he's at Twin Lakes,
Oh, Twin Lakes, okay.
is where he's got a home and a hangar there. But it just turned out that he flew the 900,000th kid, and then a few years later, he flew the 1,900,000th.
Golly, really? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Must be a lucky dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was flying both of those down there. And it's just how the numbers go in up there.
And they usually handle that, you should know.
Yeah, he was 898 kids that he's flown.
Wow.
That's a great article about it.
Yeah, I'm only up to 560, so.
Three at a time.
No, a lot of those is one at
I'm
a
gonna get a
time.
bigger plane.
Anyway, you got,
Not a thing.
nothing, Larry? Well, I don't have anything except, thank y'all, and, I like working with all of you.
You're doing a good job. I moved that we adjourn.
Second.
Why don't you push that?